On Wednesday, a Federal High Court, FHC, in Abuja dismissed a suit seeking to invalidate the nomination of Senator Lawal Usman as the People's Democratic Party PDP candidate for the February 25 Kaduna State Central Senatorial election. Justice James Omotosho, in a judgment, held that the suit filed by Mr Ibrahim Usman, an aggrieved aspirant in the party's primary held on May 23, 2022, was an abuse of court process. Justice Omotosho held that the matter, having been decided by an appeal court and subsequently affirmed by the Supreme Court, lacked merit. The judge said, though the plaintiff's suit marked FHC/ABJ/CS/333/23 was not statute barred, having been filed within the 14-day period prescribed by the law. He, however, agreed with the defense that the subject matter of the instant suit was similar to the earlier one he filed before a Federal High Court sitting in Kaduna, which had been decided by the Apex Court. He said for a lower court to review the decision of a superior court did not go with the doctrine of stare decisis, and such a suit had been caught up by the principle of res judicata. He therefore said that Usman's suit constituted an abuse of court process for asking the lower court to review the decision of the appeal court and the judgment of the Supreme Court. Justice Omotosho further held that instituting the case was like flogging a dead horse and a deliberate attempt to turn the court's decision over its head and go into judicial rascality. He said that the PDP primary poll conducted on November 7, 2022 against the primaries held on May 23, 2022 never existed, having been set aside by the Apex Court.
The second defendant, Lawal Usman.
Can you tell us what transpired in the judgment?
Okay, the court has spoken, and my lord has held that the case of the plaintiff has already been decided by Supreme Court, and the case is an abuse of court process. So his case is a ploy to invite this court to vary the judgment of the Supreme Court in respect of who is the rightful candidate of PDP for Kaduna Central Senatorial District. And the court has spoken that the primary election of 23rd May 2022 is the valid primary as stated by the Supreme Court. That any attempt to say otherwise will amount to varying the judgment of the Supreme Court. That's the summary of the judgment.
Do you have any other grounds you want to pursue
Other grounds the court gave apart from abuse of court process, the court also said the matter has been caught up with the principle of res judicata. That means that nobody can relitigate it again. The Supreme Court is the apex court and it's spoken about it.
So how do you feel with the outcome?
Of course, our client won. It's a joyous thing. So we are okay with the judgment.